Grandpa. I'm gonna start with an easy question, and then we'll just go from there. How about that? All right. What is your full name?
My name is Consuelo Robledo.
And Grandma, what is your full name?
Consuelo Alfaro Families. My middle name is Alfaro.
So how long have you guys been married?
That's a good question. We've been married 58 years.
And where were you born, Grandpa?
I was born in Weberville, Texas.
How did your family come to be there?
My father was born in Weberville, Texas, but his father migrated from Zacatecas during the revolution. They migrated all the way to Weberville, which is 11 miles from Austin.
And how long were they living there?
Well, like I say, my father was born there. He was born in 1906. So they must have moved over there in the 1900s, a little before the revolution. Because he was born over there. He was born in 1906.
And who were his parents?
His father was named Robledo. His mother was named Alfaro Robledo.
And how many brothers and sisters did you have?
I had 2 brothers and 3 sisters.
And where did you fall in there?
I am the second to the last.
And what were your brothers and sisters' names?
Well, my oldest brother is named Jose too. That's a mystery because we were born in St. Joseph's State.
The both of you guys?
Yes. But his name is actually Jose Gravier, but he never used the middle name.
So they're both
My name was Jose Robledo only, but I added my middle name to differentiate myself from his. So I added my mother's name, Jose Nieto.
And what day were you born? And what
Born
year?
in March 1935.
And that's St. Joseph's Day.
That's St. Joseph's Day.
All right. How about you, Grandma?
Well, my parents both come from Mexico. I'm not familiar with Mexico, but some area in Mexico. They were born there, and they came to the United States when they were newlyweds for some reason. I guess they were looking for something better than they had. You know, they lived in what they called an hacienda. I would think that's a community. You know, a community, but not any. It's not a town.
This was in Mexico?
It was in Mexico.
Do you know, like, in this, what state?
San Luis Potosí was the name of that state. And they were very young. They came over, but newlyweds. They came and they had some families living here in Edinburgh, so they knew their destination that they were coming. And so all of us were born here, from the oldest to the youngest, and we were 5 in the family. We were all 4 girls and 1 boy, and I was the 4th. The first one, the youngest was the 5th one, which Rachel. There was Fanny, my sister, the oldest one. Then Josephine, the second, and she was also a girl. And then it was myself. Ruben comes in. Ruben, the only boy, and then myself, and then my younger sister, Rachel.
And how did your parents decide to give you the name Consuelo?
My father died very young, and my mother became a widow very young. But they had us already. We were 5. My father passed away. I was 3 years old, and my younger sister was 6 months. 6 months. And so that was when I was born. Now I don't know exactly how if the math is going to add up. but what I know is that my mother had a 12-year-old. So actually we were six, right? We were six. The 12-year-old was, I don't know when he died. That's what I don't know, when he died before my father or my father. But he was a very young, energetic kid, and he was always out playing with the kids on the streets, and he was always late for going to bed. And my mother had a problem with him, so she would just she would go out and look for him to come home before nightfall. She was always after him. But it happened that he was in some, they ganged up on him, or we don't know the details of the fight he was in. But after the fight, he was beaten up so badly that he acquired what they called tetanus. And once, if you don't catch that disease in time, at a certain amount of days, it's fatal. So it was fatal. And my mother was just so shaken up by all that happened that she was in a very depressed situation, and I was about to be born.
I can't find the pajitas.
So because of that, she made me Consuelo, because I would get her. She was crying almost day and night, and then when I was born, I would get her mind off of my brother. And an incident happened. She said that I was such a cry baby, that I was crying all the time. She didn't know why I was wrong with me, because she didn't know if I was hungry or I was in pain or what. But I was that kind of a problem baby.
You were a crier.
A crier. And she said that she was so tired and exhausted with me, trying to put up with me. And she said that she was kind of on the bed side, making me go to sleep. But she dozed off. Half sitting, lying on the headboard of the bed. And she said that she heard my brother's name, the one that passed away, said, Mother, what? And she called him by name. She said, what do you want? I said, they tell me that they get after me, and because you cry so much, they're getting after me. Stop crying.
So
She
your
said,
mom...
I did it. She said, I decided, I made my mind up. I'm not going to cry anymore.
So your mom was grieving the loss of one child when she had you,
Yes.
so she named you Consuelo.
That's
So
right.
what does Consuelo mean when you translate it?
It's a verb
Right.
more than a name.
To console.
It's to console, to soothe,
That's a really interesting story. You've never told me that story before. I like that. So Grandpa, your family, both your families have come from, for whatever reasons, from northern Mexico into Texas. Grandpa, your family settling in Weberville. Grandma, your family settling here in Edinburgh.
I was born here and I'm going to die here. And I don't have moved to any other home. Just here.
Grandpa, how did your family choose Weberville? Like, what were they doing there? Like, what occupations did they come to see?
Well, I think we left one thing out to start with. My mother, I think she came later. She came around 1910. My father was born 1960. My mother comes from San Luis, from the same area where
Grandma came. San Luis Potosí.
Sí, she comes from San Luis.
Both families were
And they probably met over there, got married. But my mother, they were running from the revolution because they were hacendados. My great
Is this a
grandfather.
Mexican revolution?
Yes, my great grandfather was an hacendado. And after the revolution, during the revolution, the revolutionaries were after the hacendados. They took away their land.
What does hacendado mean?
It's like a plantation. The old days in Mexico.
The owners of the plantation.
And they killed one of my mother's brother.
Guerrillas.
Well, see, the armies, they were fighting. And they were going to hang another one. And my grandfather decided to come to the United States. They were running away from the war. They left all their properties and all their land.
This is your mom's dad.
Yeah. But it's very important to tell you because your question was, how did they get over here? I don't understand because there was no cars. You're talking about at least 500 miles, or maybe 600 miles. How did they get all the way to Austin? I still don't know the answer. How they got it. But my mother lost her mother on the way. She died somewhere in Tamaulipas. Her mother, but they were on the way.
That's still kind of early in the trip, right?
Yeah. Well, while they were traveling.
Yeah.
So they must have had it pretty rough, but I don't know exactly what made him go all the way to Austin. I know that Austin is an area where a lot of the people that left Mexico on the revolution went all the way to Austin, San Antonio, Gonzales, Rio Bronco, San Marcos, Taylor. I don't know why
Do
they
you
went
think
all
it had
that.
anything to do with the missions that were being settled there in the area?
I don't know because I don't know about Austin having any missions. San Antonio does. I never got to know how they got all the way over there. Pero they were sharecroppers. They were working farming. They were sharecroppers.
And that's what they were doing in Weberville?
That's what they were doing in Weberville, in Manor, all that area. Yeah.
So did your parents ever tell you how they met?
No, they never did.
Really?
Always they had. No, they never did.
How old were they when they got married?
Well, I figure my mother must have been around 18 or 17 years old. You know. I figure my father must have been around 20, 21. Yeah.
And how old were you when your mom passed away?
I was 12 years.
What do you
My
remember
mother was
about that?
2 years younger than my father. That's what I know. She was born in 19, no, 1 year, 1907.
So what do you remember about that time, around the time that your mom passed away?
Well, it was right here where we're sitting down. We used to have a house right there, about 50 feet from there.
So you guys were already living here in Edinburgh?
Yeah, we had already moved to the land.
How long were you living here?
Well, we moved over here about 1943. The last part of 1943. And we moved to a little community here called San Carlos. My father came to farm there and they offered him some land there. Like I say, sharecroppers, half and half. And he did that for 2 years and then he bought this lot here. And his house was in there, but 200, there's a sidewalk right there. You know?
How big was the house?
It was a 2-story house. It was a 4 bedroom. Not bedroom, but a 4-room house. Yeah. It was a kitchen, 2 big bedrooms and a hall.
So so there were what, 5 kids in sharing the 1 bedroom?
In those days, you even share the bed with your brother. Yeah, that was nothing strange. You know? Yeah, we would share the room and some of the beds.
So how long were you living here when your mom got sick?
She died. She was already sick when she moved to the bedroom, but she died in 1947. We moved over here to this place in 1945. So she lasted 2 years. She was
So
already
she was sick with tuberculosis.
Yes,
So
she was
where did she get it?
She got it in Austin because some of the children of my father's brother that went back to Mexico. For some reason, they sent their children over there to us. I guess to work, I don't know. They were already about 14, 15 years old. and they sent two cousins, two lady cousins, and one man cousin. And the oldest one was already sick. They didn't know that she was that sick.
He was a carrier for
So my mother took care of her for about a year and a half. And my father took care of her, taking her to the hospital. And she died over there in the hospital. Really. But then my mother, still that sickness wasn't very much, they didn't know what to do.
The only thing they would do.
So my
was
mother caught it.
rest.
But they keep treating her for other things.
How did they treat her?
Oh, they operated her from her tonsils and medicines and stuff like that.
Did they ever send her
We
anywhere?
never found out that she had tuberculosis until she died. They checked. Told her she died of
They were
tuberculosis.
checking other stuff.
So
other
it took
things.
her about 4 years sick before she died. My mother used to take her to doctors in Reynosa, and from here we went to Round Rock because there was a doctor in Taylor, so he took her over there too. Doesn't work.
And
So, was she the only one that got sick?
No, after they discovered that she had TB, they checked the whole family, and two of my sisters were also had TB. And they were sent all the way to San Angelo. That was the only place they
Which
had
sisters,
infection.
Grandpa?
Huh?
Which sisters?
My sister Susana and Maria, the youngest, and the one older than me, Susana and Maria.
And you didn't.
so they were sent to San Angelo, Texas.
All the way to San Angelo after their mother died. Can you imagine? Far away, we couldn't see them.
That's 8 hours north from here in
Yeah.
West Texas.
Well, I think you were over
It
there.
seems like the people that were.
San Angelo
indoors-
was the only one that had a dormitory for that.
At Fort Concho.
Yeah.
At Fort Concho.
How long were they there, Grandpa?
My first, they were there 1 whole year, and one was released, but the other one, by then they had built a sanatorium here in Moorfield. So they brought her over here, and she was another year here in Moorfield.
Where?
Moorfield, here in Mission.
Moorfield.
It used to be an old air base. And after the war, they converted it to a sanatorium.
So they lived very.
It's
They
right there on
lived,
the table.
they were pretty elderly when they passed away, right? So they came back doing well. Your sisters?
Well, one of them was younger than me. Remember, I was 12 years with my mother.
Yeah.
She must have been 10. And the other one was about 13 or 14 years old.
And how old were they when they passed away?
Well, one hasn't died yet.
Yeah.
And the other one passed
Who's
away.
that? A bird? No.
The other one passed away about 78
Is
years
that a
age.
plane? No.
They
It's
lived
Superman.
their lives. They had children. Well, one of them had about how many kids Maria had? Like 11?
Seven.
So that must have been very hard, Grandpa. You're 5 children. You're living in this house with your father. Your mom has just passed away. Do you remember anything about family coming and trying to help or visit you or?
No, because all my mother's sisters used to stay in Austin and Round Rock, and some of them were still in Mexico. So no, there was nobody. My oldest sister was the one that helped a lot. And,
How old was she?
well, I was 12. I was 19. She must have been around 15, 13.
And what sister was that?
They call it Scholastica.
Scholastica.
Call me.
She must have been about 16 years old.
16 years old.
And it was pretty hard because my father had to work, and the kind of work that he did as labor in those days, they didn't pay much. So I was his right hand all the time. He always kept me with him, whatever he needed to do. So I knew every little thing he did. I knew how much money he spent for groceries. I knew how much money he earned.
He was a translator.
I knew how much money he had left after he buy groceries. I still remember. The groceries bill was almost around $12 a week.
$12.
And he was making around $14, $15 a week.
Oh, wow.
It was the only reason we survived because, as you can see, there's a cistern there. We used to get that water from the canal. There was no water. We didn't have no light. We didn't have no refrigerators. I guess that's how they managed to survive.
So the house that you were living in didn't have electricity?
At first, no.
It didn't at
Until later.
first.
Yeah.
So you're 12 years old and your dad is a farm laborer. Are you going to school during this time? What school are you going to?
Nobody cared. I went to school. I didn't take any lunch. There was no lunch in those days. I would go out with the rest of my friends, and there was some restaurants in front of the high school because the high school was a high school and also the junior. And on the other side of the school, the other side of the street, there were some places they sell lunch. Most of the times I didn't have any money. I just stay there with them. Sometimes I decided to walk home from here all the way to over there. It's about a mile and a half to mile. I wouldn't go back. Nobody was at home. Maybe I pulled tortillas. It was hard. It was hard.
Hard life.
So what was the name of your elementary school?
It was Austin.
Austin Elementary.
Stephen F. Austin.
And your junior high?
They was called intermediate. Intermediate school. They were in the same place where the high school was.
And then the high school name was Edinburgh.
Edinburgh High School. Yeah.
What about you, Grandma? Did your parents ever tell you how they met?
Fernando.
My mother would talk to us about how that she was not. Her parents were very strict with her. She was not to have a relationship with boy-girl relationship. So they had a well where they would go and get water for their daily use. And she would go, so he would follow her back and forth, and he started, trying to get her attention and telling her that sort of stuff was going on.
Where was the well?
There were a small community.
And what was your mother and father's names?
Evarista, and my father's name was Atanasio, who was named after his grandfather. Well, my father liked my mother. My mother didn't like my father. She was always running away from him.
Why?
She didn't like the fact that since it was a small community, my grandmother, she would made it known that she didn't like her for her hot son. She wanted something prettier. She was not good looking enough for her. So she had this, she didn't want to care for their relationship. But the custom was that they would send somebody to ask for the hand in marriage. So that's what he did. But she did say no. She didn't say no, so she went through the motions and she got married with him. After they got married, then they traveled down to the valley. That's where he passed away. He was 32 years old. Yeah, and so it's part of how we lived, the way we came to live here.
So when he passed away at 32, how many children were there?
But your family moved to Edinburgh before he passed away. How you were born here?
All of us were born
So your mom and dad moved here in what year? Would you know roughly?
I think it was 1920.
Probably must have been right after during the revolution too. So
And what year did your father pass away?
36.
So at that time, your mother was living here. She had how many children?
5. Little girlfriend.
So this is interesting because Grandpa lost his mom when he was 12. How old were you when you lost your dad?
I was 3 years old.
You were 3, so you were much.
Rachel was 6 months.
And this was very difficult for a woman to be a single mother at that time. Do you remember at all about
She already
her
had
obstacles she faced?
She already had a 2-room house, and she was just next to my grandmother. So she survived on her own because she started cleaning homes. That was her first job. And then she started during at that time. What was the most important. What do you say? The valley where people were living from was vegetables. The farmers had all kinds of vegetables, and then she would go pick up because some relative of ours had a truck. They would pick up people, the neighbors, and take them to the fields and work, and they would pick out the carrots and make it into bundles and put them in boxes. That's what she did, and she was very good at it. She liked that. She liked that to where she was always. She was always had money with her. She was a natural. She was very economic.
Right, because she's known as a businesswoman in our family.
Yeah.
So, Grandma, do you want to say anything about how your dad died and his illness and how long he was sick?
It's like everybody has skeletons in their closet. Well, this is one of them. And I never knew. Nobody talked about it. He died. So he died. And then my mother mixed his sickness with superstitions, and because he was a Don Juan, and he had so many.
He was handsome.
He was very handsome, supposedly, and they were. I don't know. Well, I don't. What I'm having difficulties in explaining to you is that who's in the wrong? The women chasing him or him using the women? Where's the what's going on in there? Well, my mother didn't like it. She made it known to him. She didn't like the infidelity type of thing, and still continued to the point where he got sick. He got rid of the sins. Thank goodness at the time that they got sick, there was a way to fight things. So that's how we're on survived the whole thing. But I don't know. It could have been, I guess, pretty bad for the whole family. So after he had passed away, then we had survived, and she was a very hard worker, and they were my uncles. My uncle were mostly fairly kind of supervising her, but what she did work because she developed her skills, and she started working cleaning homes and then the vegetable type of thing. And so when we grew old enough to go pick cotton, the cousin had a truck, and we were in a family environment. So that's why we would go. That's why we were able to survive in that. We never lacked anything because of the fact that she had this support net with her, and she felt secure going with them and taking us kids along with her. And we were all different members together working. So we got, that we were supposedly we were doing very well.
So unlike Grandpa's family, where they were here, they were isolated. His uncles and aunts were in Weberville or in the Austin area. Grandma Evarista seemed to have a lot of family with her around here that kind of helped her along the way.
At least moral support because she did it all herself.
Yeah. So do you want to? So Grandma Evarista, her story is very interesting. Like I said, single mother raising so many kids, it was hard. But she did okay for herself.
She did very well.